Okay, so this is a quick review for the premiere of Walking Dead season 2. What lies ahead? As you know, season 1 ended with the group being led by Rick leaving the CDC facility, um, which was put on a self-destruct by Dr. Jenner. Jackie decided to stay behind, as did Andrea, only to change her mind based upon Dale's decision to stay with her. As a result of Dale, she decides that she's gonna get up out of there. So the group moves on, leaving Jackie behind, who decides to allow herself to go up in flames. So we begin at episode 1 of season 2, with the group moving towards this particular fort town. They decide that they're gonna make a rush for it. It's like 125 miles away from their current location. Whilst they're driving along, they end up running into a roadblock situation on the highway. Dale's motorhome has more rad issues, which I'm sure that we saw from at least a couple of times in the season 1 anyway. So at this point, obviously, the group are running low on fuel and supplies, which is a common situation in any apocalypse, regardless if there's zombies or not. And so they decide to take their time to replenish their stocks whilst on the highway. Essentially, it starts reasonably quickly. There's a lot of action within the first 20 minutes. Very suspenseful, very interesting. The things that happen in the beginning, rules are actually broken consistency wise from episode 2 of the first season, Guts. And if you guys have seen that one, then you'll know what I'm talking about when you watch episode 1 of season 2. There's certain consistency issues, but then these may have arisen from the original writers being fired. It could have been that. It could just be a general oversight on their part. Obviously, you pick up on little things like these from time to time, but it wasn't a complete deal breaker. Like, it was okay. It ended up working out alright. As things get further into the episode and they get past their initial troubles, you start to realize that there's a lot of tension in between the group. You have issues with Shane and Rick's wife, for example. Obviously, there are overhanging issues from the first season. Andrea seems to have just become a complete bitch overnight, taking out her rage. Obviously, she lost her sister, so as a result of that, she just seems to have carried this into season 2, and it seems to have made her a worse person, really. But the truth of the matter is this: like, obviously, the more they show us with the group, the more we realize that they're having a lot of issues between a number of different characters. It's great that they show that, and it's absolutely brilliant for character development. But the truth of the matter is this: I came out to see zombies tonight, and it was a little bit of a letdown, really. Considering that it was a 90-minute special, I do personally feel that they should have been way more action in it, and far excited I'd been to see the episode. It was a bit more downplayed than what I'd expected, and considering that back in the day, 90 minutes, you could fit a whole movie in that. 90 minutes doesn't even get these guys off the highway, really. So that's the way how it goes. I think for the episode there was way too many filler scenes, too much character related stuff, and everyone pouring out their heart and everything else, which is great in certain circumstances, but again, 90 minutes, I didn't need to see that filled with that. And again, that was a little bit of a letdown. T-Dog already having shown us how much of a fail he already is when he lost the key trying to free Merle on top of the roof in the first season. Shows us again how much of a dumbass he really is, which again is very, very unfortunate. And somebody with the name T-Dog, I'd expect him to have a bit more street smarts than that. I don't really see him lasting very much longer because he's just a complete jackass, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, that guy could mess up a cup of coffee, let's put it that way. All in all, as a fan of the show, you do have to obviously watch the first episode. But all in all, it was a little bit disappointing. It was built up to be this great thing, and unfortunately, it was rather disappointing. The acting was excellent. I can't fault that. It was just that the way how the actual story went and what we really came out to see tonight, it didn't really show up in the way that it should have done. And I think they could do better. So hopefully, episode 2 um, begins and is better than the intro. They leave us on a cliffhanger at the end of season. Sorry, at the end of episode 1, leave us on a massive cliffhanger, and they just right there, just cuts. That's it. But it was cool though. It was alright. Hopefully the second one's better. Hopefully. Thanks.